BS3 Network, changing the way you watch TV.
Chef Jeff, this dope cooking show. What's up? What's up? What's up? Hey, welcome back. It's Tuesday again, 5:30 on the dot. Let's get this thing cracking. What's up? What's going on? You are here. You heard the Chef Jeff has a cooking show called This Dope Cooking Show. All one word on YouTube. This Dope Cooking Show on Facebook. This Dope Cooking Show on the Roku channel. All one word. I'm on the BS3 network, which is an app that's on the Roku channel. If you download the BS3 network on your Roku TV, you can go through there and find all the amazing content that they provide at the BS3 network. Plus, you can see me anytime you want to. All right, guys, look, this is the award-winning cooking show right now in your living room. So check it out. How was y'all Thanksgiving? How was everything, right? Let's see, I celebrated a birthday, so apparently I'm 44. Who knew? Just found that out. I ain't been knowing for like forever. So I just turned 44 years old. Happy about it, right? I know some friends of mine that didn't make it to 44, so I'm very blessed and grateful to be 44 years old, right? So apparently I'm 4 years older than Doc. I miss you one of the little old, you know what I'm saying? One of the old man. Anyway, also, we celebrated our 12-year wedding anniversary as well. So Jay's birthday was on the 5th. My birthday is on the 24th. Our wedding anniversary is on the 30th. And then my daughter, my college kid, my amazing college kid, turned 21 on Monday. She's 21, y'all. Wrong. I've been trying to be Sex and City life. What? Anyway. So how was Thanksgiving? My Thanksgiving was real low key because I don't be trying to cook for real. I don't be trying to do much of nothing else. My birthday is always somewhere in the same week of Thanksgiving. It's always before, after, or on Thanksgiving. A lot of times I get lost in the shuffle. So a lot of people forget. You know, people like, oh my God, you know, all the different things, right? It always happens. So kind of used to it, like just playing my birthday real low key, real down low. Like, nah, don't make a big deal about me. But Doc made a big deal about me. You know what I mean? And I really appreciate her. That's what I wanted. I was like, I don't know. I want car parts. Like, my Malibu has to be done by June 2026. And I am on a no holds barred, non-stop mission to get that car done. So, car parts all the time. Some gift cards, cash, whatever. I just want to buy car parts. That's it for right now. Anything else, we'll get later. So anyway, she hooked me up, right? I took care of your boy. So, you know, things roll around. We normally go to Honey Ham and get our Honey Ham in, right? And I don't know, this year I was a little disappointed. I was really like, what has happened? Okay, because usually you get a nice size. So I get the meal where you get a ham, a turkey, three sides, right? We be getting the sides, but we freezing them for later. Because I mean, you know, be smart about what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? So we get the ham, we get the turkey. I go and get everything. I get it early, right? I actually got it early. I got it on my birthday. They gave me a $10 off coupon. So of course I'm gonna use it. The price of the meal went up from like $96 to like $150. And the meat size didn't go up no bigger. The size didn't get no bigger. Everything was still the same, right? Crazy. So I got my turkey and you know, I came home, put everything in the refrigerator, right? I went to go steal me a piece of turkey because I knew it was gonna be good, right? Open the thing up, turkey slimy at the bottom. Now, if you are a lunch meat, turkey, roast beef person, like if you eat lunch meats, right? Slimy means it's bad. Right? If you pick it up in a string of that, just throw it away. Don't even try to figure out what happened. Just throw it away. It's done. Like I don't know why. That's just one of the things that happens before the actual spoilage goes. And you can get a little sick off it too. So just be careful with your lunch meats. But this, was a smoked turkey in a container, sealed and everything. I broke the seal on it. And it was slimy. Like all the pieces were slimy. So I'm like, what? Hell no. Honey baked ham. I'm like, I hope my turkey is still a piece out of it. It was slimy. So they was like, "Really bad." So I bought it back and they took care of it. They refunded me. Not refunded me, but they gave me another turkey. Right. And then I ended up buying like two more ham bones because the ham they gave me was like a small cantaloupe. It wasn't even big. And I know it was under the amount. I think I asked for 3 pound ham or something like that. So it was under, right? They credited me back like some change. It wasn't no dollars, it was some change. But uh I ended up going to get a ham bone, which um FYI, if you ever want ham from the honey baked ham store, you don't want to buy a whole ham. You want lemon ham, get a ham bone. They call them soup starters in the store. And they most of the time they frozen. But you can get a decent sized amount of meat off of the ham bone. And that'll quench whatever you got going on. I used it to make uh, my green beans, right? Just cut some more extra off so that we all have a piece of ham or ham sandwich, whatever you want to do, right? So ham bone, I spent like $14 on one. That's cool. I think I got about 2 pounds of ham off of that one bone. I get my dog some scraps. Like everybody ate good off of the ham bone. Plus, you had the ham to go with it. So, just word to the wise, if you're gonna use honey baked ham, you know, make sure you pay attention to what you're gonna do as far as like your price wise, because the meat ain't get no bigger, and the price is. So, word to the wise, take that for what you want to, grain of salt, whatever. Today on this no cooking show, we're making gumbo. All right, so a lot of y'all saw my picture that I posted. So what happened was we ate all our Thanksgiving food. It's gone. Like all ours is out of here. Like ain't no leftover scraps, ain't no extra pieces nowhere. The only thing I did was freeze the greens because I like greens, right? And they was really good this time. I don't know what happened, what I did different, but they was super good. So much so, like everybody in the house was like, "Hey, yo, what you do with these greens? They was fire." Cool. I mean, I don't know. Anyway, I froze them because that was like a one-off. I don't know what happened. I'm gonna have to like go through and figure out what I did. Not real sure, but I did. I did everything I normally do. For whatever reason, they just were just another flavor to them. I don't know what I did. So I got to go back and try and recreate that. And so those will be a good starter for the next batch of greens I make. And might just want to pull out, have a good old soul food Sunday dinner when want some greens, and I got some. So it's how we did that. So I made some gumbo, chicken and sausage gumbo. That's what I do. I do not do the seafood gumbo because I'm allergic to shellfish as of today, 44 years old. Not real sure because I had my daily test, but I don't be eating shellfish because I don't. So I don't know if I ever told y'all the story, but shellfish makes me swell up in the face, throat, all that kind of stuff, like the allergic reaction. Um, and I found that out working at crab leg at the buffet one time. Story for another time. So I, learned this chicken and sausage gumbo, a long time ago, years ago, and I just kept the recipe in my head, and I go for it every time. So I'm not from Louisiana, but I love Louisiana people. I'm not from the South, but I like Southern food. So henceforth, I made my own gumbo situation. Like I don't do it like everybody else does it. And that's what I'm gonna show y'all today. How I do gumbo. Chicken and sausage gumbo. Ain't nothing crazy, you know what I'm saying? But it just works, right? The method works all the time. So we gonna get started. First thing we're gonna do is we're gonna make our roux. Now, if you know about gumbo, you know that the roux, the color of the roux, is the most important thing that you can do. Like everything else, they might let you have a pass on, but if that roux color ain't right, they're gonna hang you up to dry. I'm just telling you. And that's on, you know what I'm saying? Mary and the little lamb. I'm just telling you. So what we're gonna start first with is the roux. We're gonna make the roux, we're gonna set that aside. And everything else we're gonna come back and do later. Now, for my chicken, what did I do? Okay, okay, no, okay. You can follow me. on XYZ time, then you know that I will go get a rotisserie chicken, break that baby down, and we got chicken instead of cooking something. I just rotisserie chicken is already cooked, and it's a whole chicken. I did my own rotisserie chicken for Thanksgiving because Doc wanted some chicken and dressing, and I must say, it was really, really good. I injected it with that Tony Chachere's butter you see in the store. I injected it with that and some of my own little mixes of spices, things like that. It was really good. I use my my trusty old uh air fryer over here. It's got a rotisserie attachment to it. It rotisserie that bird right on till it was through. It ain't take but about 20 minutes, 25. Yep. So we finna get cooking. Call your people, tell them tune in. We're making chicken and sausage gumbo, and we about to get started. Rue up next. All right, guys, we are back. This dope cooking show. We're making gumbo, and like I told y'all, I want to get started right with the roux. That is the most controversial part of this whole thing. And depending on how much you're making and how much you need, right? So I'm gonna start with a half a cup of oil, vegetable oil, right? Half a cup in that thing. hmm Now you can always add more, right? You can't take away. So half a cup, we'll start there. That's safe. And then we're gonna do the same, half a cup of flour, right? So story time, y'all. Check me out. Check me out. Check me out. Oh, my bad. Like I said, the roux. We're gonna start with the roux because this is gonna take a while. We're gonna work this. I want y'all to make sure that you keep your heat low, right? And increase it as you feel comfortable, right? Everybody not comfortable with the roux and how it goes, and people be losing their mind about it. I'm just telling you, you just got to keep it simple. Everything is keep it simple, and you don't have to worry about it. I mean, keep it simple, you don't have to worry about it. So keep your heat low, right? Once that thing start to heat up, you'll see it. Once that flour will hit that grease, hit that oil, and you'll be like, oh, okay, I see what we're doing here. And so you may have to add more flour to get the consistency that you want, if get the amount of roux you want. I'm making a small pan, so I'm making just this little bit of roux right here. Yeah, yeah, just a little bit of roux right there. Okay, y'all. So check me out. Okay, story time. So I have been interviewing for jobs, right? Because the one that I got is tripping. You know me, I don't stick around long. I'll be out. And before you fire me, I'll fire me. Like I'll just leave your establishment. Mr. Handman, I would like to leave your establishment. Anyway, so I've been interviewing, right? And the one thing that I have been running into a lot of lately is they want you to do um, tastings, right? They want you to do a chef's test, right? Oh, okay. First of all, I have test anxiety. What does that mean? When you say the word test, I lose my mind. It just happens. I don't know why. Been that way forever. Didn't know it was like that until I got older, got grown, right? So if you say the word test, I'm gonna lose it. That's just the way it goes. So um, I've been went to a couple of places, right? And so one of those things where you step up to a plate, you got to do it. If you're gonna do it, if you're not, you gotta sit down. You know, if you don't put you the big dog, you got to do what the big dogs do. So I went to my first chef's test, right? First chef's test. This is crazy. So we're gonna start with a little bit, right? Remember, we only use half. We want to incorporate this all together. We just want to use a little bit of it because you want to get your oil. You don't want to turn it to paste too quickly. That makes sense. Just incorporate your flour with the oil. Boom. Just like that. Just move it around. Big deal. Some of y'all already know Big Mama showed y'all how to make it. So y'all like, okay, I know about this. Anyway, so I go to the chef's test, right? I went one day and the guy sent me an email and I'm like, okay, yeah, I'll be there, no problem. But then he didn't respond. So I was like, okay, well, this seemed like a joke. This is set up for failure. I ain't going. Well, I went on in there anyway, right? And they was like, so okay, so first of all, I had to interview, right? I had to interview. went great. I felt like the interview was amazing, and they did too because they called me for the chef test. So I goes back a week later for the chef's test. I'm like, I don't know if I want to do this. Not that I can't, I just don't want to. So then he sends me a setup. Like he wants me to do advertising, he wants me to do this, he wants me to do that. And I'm like, I ain't doing all that for no, you know what I mean? And so the thing was about it was like I was willing to take a step down as far as position goes. I'm cool. The title is a title. Actually. That's what you do in that title. To me, is what makes the difference. So I'm like, okay, this is quite a bit. You know, so they was like, yeah, we get folks in here that don't know how to cook. I'm thinking, I know how to cook. Check out my cooking show. But they don't know me like that. And you know, these were some heavy hitters. They bought these guys came in from Vegas. Um, they been at the big Bellagio hotels and all that, the Caesar's Palace. So I'm thinking, all right, cool, whatever, no big deal. I'm sure. I go in there, and so the guy was like, "Well, tell me what you want to make." So I come up with a menu, right? I'm like, "I'm gonna kill him with this one. I'm gonna kill him with that one." Then he was like, "Give me a cold appetizer." Well, I don't really do cold appetizers like that. If I do, it's a charcuterie board, right? Well, I just made up something, you know, real quick, easy. The whole thing was quick and easy. I walked in there. He was like, "Well, your chef test will start at 4. You need to have everything done." I walked in there at 2 o'clock. I was done at 3:50. Actually, 3:45. I just didn't know where they was at to come get them. So, anyway, as you can see, the more this starts to incorporate, I start to add more flour to get the thickness that I want. But like I said, take your time. You want to watch you definitely want to. The color is the thing. The consistency and the color is what that's the roux. The roux is that's the color. So we want to go for a milk chocolate color, right? Chocolate, candy bar chocolate, what I call it, brown paper bag chocolate. You know, golden. Anyway. So yeah, I go to the chef test. I kill it. I'm ready. And so these dudes walk in here and they looking at me and they say, "Have you ever done this before?" I'm like, first time. What's up? And so then they start to tell me how you know it's supposed to go. I'm thinking, y'all don't even know. I ain't want to. So, um, we went on and on. And so the guy was like, "You did an excellent job. I didn't think you was gonna get it done in time. It didn't look like you were gonna be able to pull it off. You did." A lot of praise, right? Um, and at the end of it, they was like, "Yo, we got some more tastings to do. We're gonna call you." I'm thinking, please don't. It's like this is crazy. It was one of them situations where like, okay, I've been a chef for a long time, y'all. Long time. I ain't been in chef school since 2002, 3, right? So no, I don't walk around with a chef kit. I don't walk around with a knife set. I don't walk around with this type of stuff. I don't. I walk in your kitchen, I find what I need, and I'm a rock. It. Just this was a different type of animal. So, I, needless to say, I did slay my Goliath because I was able to walk in and do that test with no problem, and it prepped me for another place that I went to, where they wanted to do the same thing. Theirs was a lot more structured, like almost to the point where I had to use Chat GPT to figure theirs out. Um, but the first place I went to was just like, come in and cook something for us. And it's like, no, it ain't no right. And I hate when people be like, ain't no right or wrong answer. Yes, it is. You looking for an answer. You looking for the right, the right thing. And so when they broke down how they wanted it done, and they didn't tell me that, I'm like, oh yeah, this ain't gonna work anyway. Y'all be leaving out details. Tell me everything. Tell me everything up front. Like that's what I want to know. I want to know all details up front. All right. So look, this week coming on around it, starting to get a little thick right now. These little areas, which that's kind of how I like mine. Kind of like mine to be a little thick, not too much, because once we get to that 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 chocolate brown color, I'm gonna turn it off and sit it to the side. I'm through with it. I guess we're done, right? And I ain't want mine to be too terribly oily. Some people do. I kind of don't. I like mine to be like a paste almost. Wet sand is another terminology that I was given. So you want it to be like wet sand, your roux. And that's just totally up to you. So like I told you, keep your fire low. That way you don't burn it. There's a difference between the color of the roux and being burnt. You don't want a burnt roux. You want to make sure that it's the right color, but still is going to be able to provide flavor and thickness, not just a burnt taste. I've had a burnt taste in gumbo before. Mexican dude made it. Not saying nobody Mexicans can't make gumbo, but this particular guy, he could. His name his name was Rudy. No, what his name was? What his last name was Rudolph. Anyway, I couldn't tell him nothing. He couldn't. I'm telling you, he thought he was the hottest thing smoking in the kitchen. And then he got his feelings hurt. Wasn't by me. That's all I can say. Anyway, um, yeah. So anyway, yeah, I slayed my Goliath. I slayed the Goliath in my career. Now this other chef test I went to, they had a real test, like a written test, right? Uh, Menu planning, had to do that. Had to do budgeting, costing. You know, the stuff they ask you about, but they don't really say. You know, they don't really know. They don't really go into detail to find out if you know it or not, right? But this particular company, they want to know if you knew it. Like, they want to know what's up. What you got going? You say you know it. Do you know it? You know what I mean? Show us. So I showed up for the chef test, and crazy part about it was this was a place that I applied to 16 times. How many? 1 6, 16 times. I applied to the place 16 times, y'all. Now, if you, excuse me, if you don't want your roux to look like this, you can add more oil. Um, it's up to you. I'm good with the way mine looks because once we get cooking and we put this roux off over in there, it's gonna be ready to go, right? We're gonna be we don't have too much to wait on. We're gonna be right ready to jump on in there. And at this point, when we get to this brown color, you can cut your fire, right, and just use the resonating heat in your pan on your cooktop or what have you, so that way you can get the rest of the color. Like I said, we don't want it to be too brown. I want it to be dark brown. We want it to be chocolate brown, chocolate. So, okay, back to my story. So I prayed on this particular job, like, God, if this for me, let me get it. Let me give me confidence to go in here and do this thing the right way. Let me give me the aura, the energy that I need to go in here and do this right. And sure enough, I was in that thing nervous as I don't know what. I showed up early, an hour early, right? I always show up everywhere to interviews and things like that early. I always show up early, every time. Why? Well, the most recent time I showed up early, I beat the guy out the job because he was like, "Well, you should have been here. Well, let's talk to you." And they gave me the gig instead of the guy that I guess he might have missed his time or whatever. So anyway, um, yeah. So I went in there early. I sat down. I let him know I was there. And the lady was like, "I'm printing off some stuff. I'll be with you in just a minute." I'm thinking, "Oh, that's the test, honey. That's the test they talking about." I'm like, "Okay, cool." So she was like, "Relax. Whatever you need, we'll get it for you. Calculators, you can use that. Blah blah blah." It was a test, like a real legit test. I'm like, "Man, I ain't ready for this." So I'm gonna get up and walk out. Then I thought about it, and I was, I had people praying with me on this job situation. And then when I told my wife, I told Doc, "Hey, I'm here, for the interview." She was like, "Go get our job, babe." I'm gonna tell you, there is nothing like somebody rooting for you and cheering you on in the midst of what you may be thinking, like, "I ain't got it, I can't do it, blah blah blah." So, and then here's another crazy part. I go in the building, I go up to the cafe little area, I see somebody I know, two people actually. When I first got there, was this one lady. When I back, she remembered me from back when I was doing the Chinese food out my house. She was like, "Chef Jim, what you doing here?" And I was like, "Child, trying to get a job." So we talked and chopped it up for a while. She was like, "Oh, you got that?" She was like, "Your food too far." She was like, they missing out if they don't hire you." I'm thinking, "Oh, you just put 20 on 10." But I'm like, I'm walking in here with these folks that's, they really know their stuff. So all right, guys, look, check us out. Look at our room. Check us out. Chocolate roux, baby. Chocolate. Yeah, that's ready. So all you gotta do now, we're gonna set that off to the side, guys, and then we're gonna start our gumbo. Yeah, the roux is done. We got the roux. Got the roux. It's done. So now we're gonna start our gumbo. I got a couple of different sausages that I want to put in here. Because why? I mean, I'm vegan, and sometimes I don't want just the hot stuff. I want different flavors. So we got some kielbasa sausage. We got some smoked andouille sausage, and we got some chicken smoked sausage. I mean, it's chicken and sausage gumbo. Why not put chicken sausage in it? That's the way I feel about it. And so, if you could see, if you can get close, you see that? That's what I'm talking about. That wet sand look. Yeah, that's what they're talking about. Wet sand. So we got our roux. It's ready. All right. We got our roux. It's gonna be ready. It's done. So we're gonna flip the camera around. We're gonna do some other stuff. I'm gonna continue telling y'all about my stuff. Okay, guys. So we back. This dope cooker show. Gumbo, chicken and sausage gumbo is what we doing. Yes, indeed. So first of all, we're gonna get our vegetables prepped. Our Holy Trinity, that's what they call it, right? And if you don't know what the Holy Trinity is, I don't think you should be cooking. Welcome to this dope cooking show where I'm gonna show you what the Holy Trinity is, okay? All right. Gee whiz. That onion don't look good. I don't like it. Mm, okay, so back to my story time. So I go in there and I see the lady, she was like, Chef Jeff, oh my God. It's so good to see you. How you doing? How your kids doing? Blah blah blah. And how you doing? How your mom doing? All that. So I'm like, cool. Like I'm feeling good, right? I'm feeling straight, like I'm confident. She was like, oh yeah, you got this job already. She was like, shoot, if they don't know, they know they're missing out. I'm thinking, you know what? You show right, cause what? Shit, I'm trying not to toot my own horn all the time. I be trying. I really do be trying. Like I really be trying to be humble about it. But I be cooking. I really do be cooking. Um, y'all see, I got my fancy chocolate gadget out. This came in so handy, so clutch for Thanksgiving. Man, let me tell you, I'm talking about it. I made all my dressing and all that stuff quick. I ain't have to worry about cutting, a whole bunch of stuff, a whole bunch of vegetables. So got this off Amazon. Um, might have been $20, but as you see, that's what we doing. We just chopping these vegetables up. This is our holy trinity. So we got onion and celery and green bell pepper. Now you can add more stuff in there, but ain't nobody never told me I ain't never done it. But I mean, red pepper for flavor, color. Depends on what you want to do. I think it should be. I mean, I'm not from New Orleans. I just like New Orleans stuff, people, and food. So yeah. So I go in there, y'all. Now mind you, I told y'all it was a test, right? Whole test. I was not playing with the people. So it was a whole test that we had to do, right? And then we had to do a scavenger hunt. And the scavenger hunt, it was smart. I like the way they did that. The scavenger hunt put us with gave us the knowledge of where stuff was in their kitchen, which was cool because I had no idea. And that's another misnomer about doing chef tests and things like that. Like you don't be knowing what these people be doing. You don't know how they run in kitchens and things like that. So it's always like you walk into an uncharted territory. Now, the first place I went, they was like, well, if a place invites you in to come in a day earlier, take the opportunity and go. Well, the second place didn't give me that opportunity. It was just like, show up on this day. We can get started. Cool. Then, crazy part about it was it wasn't just me. It was like four other dudes that they was trying to get the chef test thing done. And so apparently they were trying to bring folks in, place people where they need to go so they can see what they need next. Cool, knock it all out. Like I told y'all, I applied to this place 16 times. 16, 1 6. And it wasn't until I took the extra step and called and was like, "Hey, what's up?" Like beefed out. Like, what's the problem? Like, what? Why am I not getting called? And it's not like, oh, you apply to, you're applying to chef jobs. Nah, I was applying to jobs like dishwasher, line cleaner, trash person. So it wasn't me. It was the recruiting system. And it wasn't until I guess I showed up that they figured that out. Like, oh, yes. So needless to say, um, they figured out what was going wrong with their system, and because of, I guess, I don't want to say because of me, but because of what went on, 5 people got jobs. I guess I don't really know. I stuck around as long as I could. I didn't want to be nosy, but I did because I wanted to know what they thought. And so, shoot, it took me. It was a 45, that's like a 40-minute drive to this place, right? So by the time I got home, my phone was ringing. Hey, this is so and so. Hey, we liked you today. We want to offer you a position. Say, what? Come on, God. Do your big one. Do your big one. It's like, but the position you applied for is not the position I think you would fit. I'm going, okay, here we go. The foolishness. What's up? I'm like, okay, well, what you got? I mean, at this point, I'm thinking, free me, because this place, this particular company, is Monday through Friday. It's a chef's dream. I don't care where you work at, how much you love your job. They tell you can work Monday through Friday. That you, man, you jackpot as a chef, man. Please, I remember dreading getting up and going to a hotel on Saturdays because you never know what you're gonna get, and you got no backup, you got no help, no nothing other than the people that showed up with you, and they looking at you like, "What we gonna do, boss?" And you just gotta keep swimming, keep pushing through, keep making it happen. But I'm just telling you, like, sometimes that won't even work. Like, it's trying sometimes being a chef. I ain't gonna even lie. You walk into a place, they tell you one thing and you see another, and they're like, that's not what happened. I'm looking at it, sir. But it is what it is. So anyway, as you can see, it's just you slamming it shut, and it might be messing with the sound of this video because I am slapping this thing. We got to get these vegetables. It's Holy Trinity. Um, and if you don't know, Holy Trinity is pretty much the staple for most um, Cajun dishes. Crawfish etouffee, uh, gumbo, I think jambalaya too. I could be wrong. But I say I just like the food. I don't be, because I really thought everything had seafood in it. I'm not gonna even lie to you. I really was like, oof. Everything from New Orleans got crawfish in it. I was mistaken. I was wrong. Okay. That was ignorant of me. But you gotta learn. And somebody taught me. So I know. So anyway, I think well, I did a good job because they called me and was like, "Hey, you did an amazing job." And I'm thinking, "Okay, appreciate it." Like, that was, you just don't know what I went through and in that room, because I was like, "Man, I can't do this." And I'm telling you, the self doubt will beat you up. You know what I mean? You be like, "I'm not qualified to be in here. I just do." You know what I mean? I know how to cook, but I ain't on their level. Man, I went in that thing. I'm telling you, I got that job. I went in there and got that thing. And after them people, like, he was like, "Well, how?" Me telling him, like, "Hey, I applied so many times. What's going on?" And he was like, "Man, I really think it's just a issue." He was like, we're looking into it now to find out what's going on, but I don't really know." And so that was a ray of hope. Even if I didn't get that job or whatever job they was gonna offer me, I still had an opportunity to apply again if I wanted to, and possibly get somewhere. So the guy calls and was like, "Hey, we're real impressed with you. We want to offer you this position, but I think you will fit better here based on your experience." He was like, "I got three." So I got offered 3 jobs. Praise the Lord. I got offered 3 jobs and one phone call. And it was placed in my hand. It was placed in my lap where I wanted to go. That has never happened to me in my career. Ever. Um, so like I said, it was amazing. I was able to slay my Goliath, look my fears in the face and face them. Um, He said, "Why imposter syndrome is a real thing, and you hear about it, and you hear people talk about it all the time. But experiencing it and seeing, having it come to you, and you're like, man, this really is a real thing." All right, we got our Holy Trinity, as you see, got that ready to go. So we're gonna put that off in a bowl, right? We're gonna come back with, clean up our all our little stuff, fire. Vegetables. And then we're gonna cut our sausages up. So I do my gumbo a little different. I cook all my stuff separate and then add it together. Why do I do that? Kind of in control of the whole thing, right? I don't want to just dump everything in a pot. I like to see how things go, right? And so I learned a long time ago making soups, being a saucier in Nashville, that like sometimes these soups with rule, um, you can break them if you don't be careful, right? And so I like to be careful, especially with gumbo. 'Cause already folks be thinking you don't know what you're doing, so you got to be careful. All right, you got to be careful. So got that out the way, cleaned up. We're gonna throw out. Tell you another thing that's hard to come by in this kitchen that I work in at my house is a pair of scissors. They always disappear. So yes, thank God I was offered three positions at once. I was able to choose which one I wanted, and on that note, she pick up anything. I used and on the way out, I seen another person that I knew that knew the first lady that I talked to and was like, "How you know him?" She was like, "Boy, please, that's Chef Jeff. He ain't had his food. His food fire." He was like, "Oh, I know." Now this particular guy went to church with me at one point, and he was like, "Oh, I know I know Chef Jeff food. Chef Jeff food fire all the time, every time." And I'm thinking, I'm just standing there listening to them, but I'm marveling in the fact that people know. You know what I mean? And they know I ain't bringing them no BS. I'm bringing them the good stuff. So it was good to hear. It really was. It was good to hear, good to feel. Because man, I'm telling you, I was like, oh no, I'm not gonna be able to do this. I can't do it. Awesome. Folks be thinking when you bring home gloves, they for them. These gloves was for me. They didn't used all my gloves up. Child, one of the mornings, it was crazy. Oh, thunderstorm. It was thundering and lightning real bad here one night. It wasn't much rain, it was more of noise than anything. Well, dudes got dogs got to tripping. It was a messy morning. So um all the gloves got used up. So don't be hating on me because I ain't got no gloves on. Normally we got the re up. You know what I'm saying? I always want to make sure when you're cutting, you got your appendages out of the way. All right. Don't want to mess up yourself. You need everything, all your pieces. You know. Um. Yeah. So at this point, I'm feeling real good about everything. Um. Got the process started for my name change, which I'm pretty stoked about that. Um. Just on the strength that like I can be me, and I don't have to worry about who the shadow of me, the shadow of where I come from. I don't have to worry about that. Not a bad thing, but um, sometimes you got to do what you got to do for you, and I got to do that for me. I had to go get my ID. So now, mind you, okay. So back to the story. They offered me a position, but the same day they offered me a position was the same day my driver's license expired. Of course, they asked you for I-9 information. I got expired ID, so I can't get one online. I had to go to the office, which was weird because like, why I gotta go to the office? So I get up on my birthday, like I'm finna handle this, I'm finna knock this out, boom, 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 right? To the driver's license place, they're like, oh, we don't take walk-ins no more. You gotta take an appointment. You gotta make an appointment. I'm like, huh? She's like, yeah, you gotta make an appointment. Yes. Ask me when the first appointment was. February 19th. The first available appointment for the driver's license bureau of Fort Worth, Texas was was February 19th. So I would have had to go without an ID for like 60 days. It's crazy. So like, yeah, you can get an ID, early. You can you can set an appointment earlier, up to 90 days before your ID expire. I don't know none of that because I don't be, you know, I don't know that. Anyway, oh, I did find one glove. Okay, so I found one glove. So I was like, I don't know that. Oh, okay, cool, no problem. Sure. Well, I'm walking around dirty, riding dirty, and that's the last thing I want to do in Texas, ride dirty. So we the lady was like, check they have appointments that pop up every now and then, and um, you can find the same day appointment. You have to just keep checking, keep checking. So, like I said, they offered me this gig, but now I gotta figure out how to get all of my stuff in and not be expired. Okay, I'm up for the challenge. First thing they sent me was a drug test. I'm like, oh, they gonna check my ID for sure. I'm like, man, this is crazy. I walked in there confidently, like whatever. As you can see, rotisserie chicken, nothing fancy about it. My favorite is lemon pepper. Sometimes I'll be eating it while I be breaking it down. It's cool. It's it is what it is. There are people that like this skin. I don't like that. I would never eat that. Like unless it's fried. Anyway, um, nothing fancy about the chicken. Just breaking it down. Pulling off some. And so with these, and for another reason why I use this is because it's so easy to pull apart. Right. So easy to break this down. And then I'm just gonna rough chop this chicken, and that's my chicken. I don't need to do anything else. Now, a lot of people use chicken thighs. I I'm indifferent about chicken thighs, and that's what I'm gonna say. I don't always get. I don't know. It just be that fat on there, and I'm trimming them and everything. It just still be stupid. But anyway, everybody ain't perfect. So I go in there and I get, I hand the lady my. She's like, "Can I see your ID?" I hand her the ID. And she hand me the paperwork back. And I'm thinking, "Oh, we in? Okay, cool." So I leave there, and it was a crazy day because I was like, I ain't planning on doing much. I'm gonna go knock this drug test out, get that over with. Child, a same day appointment popped up in Dallas for the driver's license place. Man, I flew out there. I was in the Honey Baked Ham store then because I went back to get another ham bone because the one I had used all the meat in one spot and I wasn't supposed to. So I went and got another because I knew they had more. I went, I'm in the in the ham store. That appointment popped up. I flew out of there. Jumped on the highway, 15-minute ride from where I was standing. Get on the highway, get there, man, and shoot. They're like, yeah, you got an appointment, come on in. Oh yeah, by the way, our our credit card machine is down, so you gotta have cash. Well, I don't have cash on me, right? I'm like, okay, this is not going to stop me. Like today, I'm getting an ID. I got stuff coming up. I need to have an ID or proof of. Like they'll take down here, they'll take proof of an ID. Like that you went and you got the little paperwork that they give you after it's over. Cool. Went in there. I'm like, this will not stop me today. I got my ID done. I got some relevant information to what's going on in my life right now. So I felt really, really good that day. Like I felt really, really accomplished. Like I slayed, like I keep saying, I slayed my giant. I slayed my Goliath. And that just means like whatever obstacle is standing in your way, keep you from getting to where you need to be. Don't let it stop you. Don't let anything stop you. I'm talking about riding around on gas, the gas light on. I'm talking about whatever you could think of could have almost went wrong that day. Did. And I was not gonna let nothing stop me. I was not gonna let nothing stop me. Because I had a goal and I had to make sure that I reached my goal. That's just what it was. So there's nothing that I would have done nothing no different. Um, I am thankful that I had the wherewithal to be trying to check for them appointments because I was really nervous about riding around with no ID. Because I mean, let's keep it real. They just picking up anybody. ICE is just they ain't got no game plan. They're just showing up in places and nabbing folks. Like I don't have time to play with them, not in the least bit. So what I've been doing is carrying all of my stuff on me, and I think I said that before. I carry my birth certificate on me. I carry everything that's pertinent to me on my person. So that way you can never say, "Oh no, he looked like." No, I am. I don't look like I am. This is who I am. So yeah, so I got that handle. Was able to finish all of my important paperwork for the new job, right? Just kind of waiting on the background to come back, which always makes me nervous because of the situation that I have going on. Um, Anytime they say background check, I'll be like, oh my God, here we go. Hold your breath. Because, it's one of them times before I lost, I didn't get an opportunity because of my background. I made it to the final round. Oh yeah, there was so much money. I made it to the final round, went and got my fingerprints done, and it was like, hey, we got this situation. I'm thinking, man, come on. So yeah, that one stung. That one hurt. That one hurt. But God will give you back what you wanted plus more. All you have to do is continue to do His will, be who He called you to be. Because telling you, that one hurt. And I was a shoe in. Like I knew I had that one. I wasn't even worried. Like I got it, no problem, nothing, no big deal. I'm ready to start Monday, which I got. And at that time, I had big plans, right? But I'm gonna let y'all in on a little something. You got to make sure you include God in them big plans, because if you don't, He gonna be like, you thought you was finna do X, Y, Z, and it'd be the- funny. Be like, God has a sense of humor for real, making me look like a fool. As y'all can see, just a quick little breakdown of that bird. Just just broke him down. Broke him down. Now we got a pile of meat here that we are going to have fun with. And you gotta get the sample. You gotta get a sample. you know. But like I said before, this is a rough chop. That's it. We're gonna rough chop this guy. Not too much. So we got our root, we got our Holy Trinity done, right? Mhm. We got our chicken, we got our sausage cut. Now I'm finna put it all together. Make a shake. Gumbo, baby. Now, if you rough chopping this and you hear something crack in there, you got a bone. I want to let you know. You done hit a bone. And so, don't be afraid. Just keep cutting, and you'll find it. See, told you. You find it. Hit a bone. Oh, sometimes you get them out, sometimes you don't. That's okay. So, boom. We got our chicken cut up, ready to go. That's it. Now we're going to go back to the stove, y'all, and we're going to get this party started for real. What we going to need when we go back to the stove, you're going to need, depending on who you do it, how you do it, right? Um, I'm gonna put everything in one pan, right? And then we're gonna get our Holy Trinity going. We're gonna get our sausage in there, right? Then we're gonna add our roux. And once we add our roux, I'm gonna show y'all what I do as far as my chicken broth. Since even though it's not seafood, I still use some seafood stock, right? Um, and that's something that's real simple. So I'm gonna show you that. We'll be right back. This dope cooking show. Stay tuned. All right, guys, we back. This dope cooking show. You see, we got our everything going in the pot. Boom. So we got our Holy Trinity in there. I put a little garlic in there. So we got our Holy Trinity, put some garlic, right? Boom. Gonna let that do what it do. We're working around. We're doing what we're doing. This no cooking show. You want to let this cook until they get fragrant and soft a little bit. Right? You're gonna put that in there. Then once them go in there, then we're gonna put our sausage on top of that. The sausage is gonna create some more oil. right? Some more grease, basically. And yeah, that thing to work. So anyway, I see where I stopped at. Yes, three jobs and three job offers. So like I said, oh yeah. So anyway, I got everything done, and I'm just waiting on this one last background check to come back. And everything is everything. So I'm excited to start do something else. I'm excited to go and be in that world where it's Monday through Friday. Work as hard as you can Monday through Friday, and then on Saturday and Sunday, ye rest. Ye rest for sure. So I'm excited about all of it, all the things to come. Like I said, we're just waiting on one background check, one, and we good to go. I actually got a phone call today. Like, hey, you ready? Do as much of the paperwork we sent you as possible. We'll take care of the rest. All right. So as you can see, you should be able to see. We in there. We ready. We looking good. We're gonna go ahead and throw our sausage in there. All right. Got the sausage in that thing. We'll throw our sausage in there. And you're gonna keep, keep moving around with this thing. That's all you do is keep moving around. See? And keep moving it around. And everything get in there. We're just gonna sweat the sausage. Because it's gonna do some more cooking, right? As we move forward with this. Yeah, it's gonna do some more cooking. So we just kind of sweating that down. Yeah. More pieces I forgot. Boom. Got the sausage going in that thing. Yeah. It smells so good. It smells so fire already. We just getting started with it too. Now, um, quite a lot. Well, a lot of people, say you got to use gumbo file or gumbo filet. People call it. Well, none in the stove, so I ain't putting none in this one. But don't talk about me too bad, because there won't be no gumbo filet in here. All right, won't be no. So we just gonna, and so it gives gumbo that earthy tone to that taste, right? And you can do it or cannot. It's up to you. But I want it. It's okay. It's okay. All right, y'all. Here's a moment we've been waiting for right here. I told y'all we got that roux ready, right? First of all, this is what I'm using. I'm gonna use so chicken broth, classic chicken broth. But I'm gonna show y'all. This is where I get my shrimp flavor from, right? This is Nor shrimp bouillon. It's safe. I'm telling you, it's safe. I use it. It's safe. All right. So go ahead and put our roux in here. Oh no, take it back. We gotta get our water ready. We gotta get our stuff ready. I was maybe move too fast. I just use a little bit of this shrimp bouillon because I don't want too much. I don't want to do too much in there. 'Cause this still contains salt for sure, but you don't want to use too much of it. All right, here we go. We got to get our liquids together. So boom, we got our roux ready to go in there. I ain't had to settle. Shit. Get the roux in there. Yeah. So start with a little bit. You don't want it to be too terribly thick, right? We'll put our roux in there. We'll let our roux cook. I mean, what we did, right? Somebody said, "Where did the chicken go?" I got it. Don't you worry about the thing. I got the chicken ready to go in there. So we put add our liquid. All right, so we got our. So we're gonna go in with some Chicken stop, right? A little bit of the shrimp stop, just a little bit. So we want to start that process. So we're gonna start right here. This is where it's gonna come together right here, guys. Oh yeah, coming together right there. Now add the chicken in. Remember the chicken we cooked? I season the chicken with a little Cajun season, so of course, put that. Now, the reason why I didn't do anything further with the chicken because it's already cooked. I don't need to do anything, right? It's already done. All we need to do is to get it back hot. So we finna get in here with it, and this gonna be fire. I'm telling y'all, this thing ain't no joke. Once you get this, man, what? All right. Now, remember I told you we didn't use all of it, right? We still got some left. We're gonna put that in there. Yes, sir. And then we're gonna mix this all up. Then you're gonna come back with our liquid, right? We got our seasoning. We're gonna add 3 bay leaves. Bay leaves make everything better. I don't care what you say. Add some more liquid. Go, guys. Uh, uh, like mine to be kind of liquidy. So I'm gonna add more. Turn my fire down. Turn my heat source down. Right. So that way we just simmer it. We don't want a bunch of. We don't want hot. We don't want it cooking high. So you'll burn your roof. You'll burn all your vegetables. You don't want to. Right. We're just gonna keep it. We're gonna add water to it, just like this. Now, thing going on. Yeah. Mhm. Bay leaves in there, baby. Oh, three. My homegirl Chris B talking about these bay leaves, man. She put some bay leaves and some green and some baked beans one time. Changed my whole life. You hear me? I'm talking about. Changed it. Changed it. Whole life. Boom. We gonna get in there. Uh oh. You got away. We're gonna try this. Sample. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Y'all, don't be afraid to get in here and get to it. 'Cause this is gonna be good. Cause I'm gonna have the rest of this. Get this out the way. Nothing with the waste. Oh yeah. See, y'all see my pictures. I had to add some greens to this thing. Man, what? All right. And is at this point, we want to let that thing simmer. Right? We're gonna let it sit and simmer on a low heat. You're gonna turn your heat down low. Now with this, you can do cornbread. You can do a French baguette with it. You can do it by itself. I like to do rice for mine. I like that good old rice right in the middle too. Just boop, boop, right in the middle of the bowl. Rice gumbo, mix it all up. Let's go. Straight up, straight like that. So you want to let it simmer right here. You want to give it a taste. See if this what you want it to be or not. It's up to you. Wait till later. Um, because I just did this recipe, I know what's happening. I ain't gotta worry about it. I ain't gotta worry about it. We're gonna let it simmer, and then we're gonna come back, guys, and we're gonna pour us up a bowl of this chicken and sausage gumbo. Oh, what you talking about? It's gonna be some good stuff. Good eating here. So stay tuned. This dope show. We rolling. All right, guys. It's time. It is time. It's time to eat some gumbo. Listen, thank y'all for sticking with me. Listen to my praise report and everything. You know what I mean? We all just out here trying to live. You know what I'm saying? Ooh, I'm gonna let y'all see this thing. This gonna be something. This is gonna be a fool right here. I'm gonna let y'all see it because it's gonna be crazy. It'd be crazy. Yeah, guys, yeah. You just had to be. It was a week. It was one of them weeks. They asked me at church, "How was your week?" I'm be like, "You don't even want to know." But I'm actually, like I said, I'm glad that it happened. I'm glad everything happened the way it was supposed to. And yeah, I'm just excited for the next move of things. This is like where I've always wanted to get to, right? It's one of them places, one of them things. I want to always be there. This place. Okay, y'all, check us out. Ooh, look at that. Chicken and sausage gumbo. Should we get that in there? And then what I normally do is put me some rice right on the top. And I know how I use them rice cups. I just put me some rice right on the top. Right there. Oh yeah. Yeah. Now, this is what y'all been waiting on. I know. Y'all been waiting around for a minute. My cousin Ty hit me up. It was like, yo, cuz, I need that recipe. I need. I'm like, I got you. Tune in to this dope cooking show on Tuesday, 5:30, and I'm gonna show you what I got. So yeah, I don't know who told me this, and I don't know where it came from, but I saw some gumbo greens, and I was like, well, just add the greens to the gumbo. You know what I mean? They making the greens with the actual gumbo and everything. Cool, no problem. I ain't hating on nobody. But listen, I got hungry. I ain't want no more Thanksgiving food for real. But I still wanted some of these greens. So whoever made them, they did they thing. So add some greens to that gumbo. And you like, chef, now what now? I know, I know. Take them leftover greens and add them to the top of your gumbo. And I promise you, your life will change forever. It's gonna change forever. I promise. So look, if you still got Thanksgiving stuff, it's time to put that away. It's time to throw it away. All right. It is Tuesday after Thanksgiving. It's time to get rid of that. Still eating no sandwiches and nothing after. Get rid of that. All right. Throw that food out or freeze it. Throw it out or freeze it. Time for it to go. Boom. This dope cooking show. And of course, you got to add a little garnish on there. There we go. Picture perfect. Picture perfect. This dope cooking show. That looks good though. Let's have some. All right, y'all. We back. We back. And we got this go gumbo situation. Check it out. Can you see it? Oh, can you see it? Oh, my God. Listen. Mm. Everything's supposed to be. Make this. Like, I don't know what you're waiting on. Go to the store right now and make this. I think this is a pretty simple recipe, guys, where you can kind of just follow along and come out with a great result. Remember, I told you, the rule is key. The rule is the main thing. Like, the rule has got to be on point. As long as the rule right, you'll be fine. Everything else gonna come together. I promise.